All barricades erected. Area locked down.
Alright. What's going on, guys? It's SCRATCHONEMORE, aka the Hawaiian FPS Ninja, bringing you a kill confirmed gameplay on the map Resistance. Running sleight of hand, hardline, marksman with the ACR kick suppressor and the MP9 secondary. Utilizing the assault strike package, predator missile, cobra and the reaper. 579, tac insert and the Betty. Today I wanted to touch on a few recent updates within the game that went live this past week, and I also wanted to talk about what I feel is the best secondary in the game and why, and eventually mix in some NBA playoff talk because that's what's up at the moment, and so far the playoffs have been great. But before I do that, I'm going to get back to the gameplay a little bit. On this map, I generally like to hold down the center of the map as much as possible, as it's mainly loaded with all the high traffic lines of sight. And what the hell is it with this map? I mean, every time I play this map, it turns into Iron Chef, or basically a bunch of people fighting over the campgrounds located in the center area near the kitchen, or as I like to call it, Hell's Kitchen. Freaks be cooking cookies, brownies and shit all game long, and they don't care what anybody thinks. I mean, damn. Do what you gotta do, players. But just make me a sandwich while you're in there. I'm kind of hungry. Anyways, I had some people asking for tips recently on how to get better scores and such. And while I'm no guru or anything, and granted, you're gonna have games where you're just behind the 8 ball, so to speak, this gameplay displays a few things that you may be able to incorporate into your setup that may just help. Just keep in mind, everyone has different playing styles and capabilities. Not to mention the sensitivity you run on is also important, and it varies from person to person. I personally run on 7 sensitivity, and I've always felt the higher you can go, the better. The key is to find the right balance, or the highest sensitivity you feel comfortable with, while still being able to control your aim and recoil consistently and effectively. Anyways, loadout wise, there's tons of options that you could use, and this is one of the few setups that I use to net some decent scores. Which brings me to the next topic of my favorite secondary. And before you scream, no, it's not the infamous Akimbo FMJ9s. And honestly, I felt this way since launch about this secondary, and I remain certain that it's hands down the best secondary in the game. With that being said, the MP9 is an absolute monster, even when it's stock, but if you add extended mags, it's an absolute nightmare. Some people like to run it with suppressor. It works well with that too. Now, when I say unlimited range, it's no understatement. When you burst fire this gun, you can literally drop people from medium to long range, nearly as effective as an assault rifle with seemingly pinpoint accuracy. No other secondary can perform the same at range, and it comes in handy when you're running low on ammo and you're short a few kills from your next assault streak. You can pull it out. Bursting it increases accuracy even further. It's basically a pocket assault rifle. Easily the most versatile secondary at all ranges. Definitely worth using if you already haven't. Just a second, one little parch. Pop open a ice cold Pepsi. Alright, now as for some of the updates, the most notable and highly anticipated update was regarding the fix of SITREP Pro. SITREP Pro was advertised at launch to have the ability to counter dead silence, making it possible to hear dead silence users. However, that part of SITREP Pro has never worked. Up until just recently, a fix was pushed out allowing SITREP Pro to finally do so. Only one problem. Specialist users complained of an issue that when you're using dead silence in conjunction with SITREP Pro, it was also countering their own dead silence, making it to where you could hear your own footsteps. Yep, leave it to Infinity Ward to push something out and not test it. I've seen this movie before. They're currently working on another fix to fix the last fix. Does that make sense? Yeah, classic stuff. But build notes up until this point on the official site have a time frame within the next few days or so for the complete fix. I'm not holding my breath. But some of the other fixes and patch related stuff included, and that was the last patch 1.14. They made a change to matchmaking where region search is determined by the party host. So if you've been having a hard time finding games right away, this is why. However, it's supposed to result in better overall connection in game as far as your hit detection and such as. It's supposed to be more locale, so to speak. Also, they have a few rebalancing and updates currently in development and or in discussion. First one, of course, is the Dead Silent Set Rep Pro. It's still being worked on. They're trying to fix it for players using it within like the Specialist Strike package, etc. They also are making a change to the blast shield efficiency in hardcore game modes. I've been telling them for a long time, blast shield is broken as shit, but you know how these devs are. They're also gonna rebalance, wait for it, Dead Man's Hand efficiency. Yes, you heard it. Dead Man's nuke. You know, the one that has the strength of a goddamn Predator missile? Yeah, that son of a bitch. They're supposedly gonna rebalance it. Once again, don't hold your breath. They're gonna rebalance the Dragunov. I don't care. I don't even use that thing. And they're adjusting the timer countdown tick fix for PS3 both in-game and in the lobby. Also, party matchmaking adjustment to base session selection on the location of the party host. So whoever's running your party, they're going to try to make an adjustment to pull locale to that region. Further improvements to network performance, yada yada yada, they say that every time. Further improvements to the spawn system, I've heard that before too. I'd love to see it. There's nothing like getting spawned on when you're one away from your next assault streak, or worse yet, one off that mob. And finally, they're adding in a multiplayer music volume slider so that you can adjust the in-game music. Took long enough. But one thing I noticed that they didn't have on their list yet is on Sanctuary, the Reaper is broken. Just FYI, if you're playing on the new DLC map Sanctuary, do not use the Reaper. You cannot aim up, it's broken as shit. I don't know why they didn't fix it yet. It's been out on Xbox for a while, but anyway. Other than that, just a little bit of NBA playoffs talk. Right now I'm watching the Lakers game. It's game 3. Thunder are up 2-0. They defended their home court. Game 2 was kind of a heartbreaker for the Lakers. They was basically up 7 points with 2 minutes to go, and they absolutely melted down. It's going to be interesting to see if the Lakers can bounce back at home at Staples Center. Now, I know one thing. Kobe ain't going out without a fight. But other than that, this is SCRATCHONEMORE. Have a great weekend, guys. I'm out. Peace.